Welcome to this comprehensive presentation on how to upgrade your Right of Occupancy RofO to a Certificate of Occupancy in Abuja. This section is designed for landowners, estate developers, legal practitioners, or anyone dealing with land documentation in the FCT. All the information you will hear is obtained directly from verified processes as outlined by the Abuja Geographic Information Systems AGIS and the Federal Capital Development Authority FCDA. Let's now move over to the slides for more interactive session. Okay, we'll start the slides by attempting to have a good understanding of RofO versus a CofO. What is the correlation? What is the relationship between these two concepts? A right of occupancy, simply known as RofO, is a provisional grant or permission to use a plot of land. It does not confer full ownership. It does not confer full ownership. On the other hand, a certificate of occupancy, known as a CofO, on the other hand, is a legal document that proves official ownership of land for a term of 99 years. It is the strongest form of land title recognized by banks, courts, and institutions. If you have a RofO, your claim is weak and can be revoked. So upgrading to CofO gives you full legal backing and unlocks many benefits. Okay, let's now take a look at why you should upgrade. Why should you upgrade? Though we have already said some of it, let's now look in depthly to it. Upgrading to a CofO in Abuja offers several practical benefits. The first is it gives you a legal footing and full ownership right. Though the land still belongs to the government, but for 99 years you have full ownership right of the land. Then the second benefit is it protects you from potential revocation by the government. If for any reason the government needs it for overriding public interest, you will be adequately compensated. Then another benefit is banks will only accept CofO for property-based loan. You want to take a loan from the bank and you're taking an RofO to them, you will not get a dime from them. So you have to upgrade to a CofO so that you can be able to use your property for a business purpose. And you need a CofO to obtain a building approval from the Development Control Department. It's very important so that you can build according to the master plan. So upgrading is not optional. It's a wise legal and investment move. The money that you spend it will triple for you, and you will now get the full benefit when maybe you want to sell the land. Then the question before us is who can apply for an upgrade? And you can apply for an upgrade if you are the original allottee with a RofO issued by FCDA or AGIS. On the other hand, you bought a land from a RofO holder and have a properly registered deed of assignment, you can also upgrade. Or you are an estate developer or an investor who received land under the Abuja Land Allocation Scheme, you can also upgrade. If the proper title you have is RofO, you can upgrade to a CofO. So in all cases, the land must be within AGIS recognized layouts. That's the prerequisite. It has to be within AGIS recognized layout for you to even consider an upgrade. Then let's take a look at the required documents. What are the documents that you have to have handy in order for you to even make an attempt for an upgrade? To begin the upgrade, the following documents must be ready. 1. Your original right of occupancy or allocation letter. The original has to be cited. Then, a registered survey plan that complies with AGIS standards. So that's why you have to use a certified surveyor. Then, thirdly, a formal application letter to the Director of Lands of FCDA. Then, valid ID for individuals, or if it's a company, the CAC document. Then, tax clearance certificate if applying on behalf of a business. You have to show that you are tax compliant. And proof that you have paid your ground rent up to date. That is an indispensable factor that has to be paid in order for you to even consider an upgrade. Then a passport photograph of the applicant or company director. So once you have all these, you are good to go. So incomplete documentation is the number one reason for delay. So make sure that you have all this in place so that everything will work within the allotted time frame. Okay, a quick look at the step-by-step process. Let's go through the application process in details. First, you have to verify your RofO and the plot details with AGIS. So you have to take your RofO and all the other details to AGIS for them to look at it and verify to know if it's within their plan. Then you have to now submit all the required documents that I've mentioned earlier, and a letter of intent for you to upgrade your RofO to a CofO. After you have done that, the next is you will receive an assessment of bills for processing, inspection, and legal fees. Then the next is you have to make a payment through the required channel remitter. And after payment, FCDA will inspect the land and ensure it's not encroached upon, so that if it's encroached upon, it will be sorted out, before you can now be able to get the CofO for that particular surveyed land. If your file will now move through the legal, survey, and cadastral departments for vetting. So these three departments will have to look at all the documentations that you have presented before the AGIS in order to ensure that they are okay. Then finally, the file goes to the FCT minister for signing. After it has been signed, then you will now receive your CofO. Okay, a quick look at the timeline and cost breakdown. We'll start with the application fee. Is fixed. It's 20,000. Okay, let's even take note of the fact that costs vary based on your plot size and layout and type of property, whether it's residential or commercial. So, and application fee is fixed at 20,000 naira, and the survey plan depends, just like I said, the plot size and also the surveyor. So you'll be looking at between that's the survey fee. Survey plan registration is between 50,000 to 150,000 naira, and the legal and inspection fee is between 30,000 to 100,000, and The ground rent arrears are calculated from the date of allocation. Once it's allocated to you, you'll be paying ground rent to the government, because just like I mentioned earlier, the land still belongs to the government. You are a lessee. The government has leased it for 99 years to you, so you still have to pay the ground rent based on the plot size. Then the processing and printing is between 250,000 to 700,000 naira. So AGIS will issue a bill covering all government-related fees, and always confirm through official payment channels before you proceed with payment. Okay, let's now take a look at some common mistakes that you should avoid. You should endeavor to avoid them. Okay, here are the errors that can delay or ruin your application. The first is using RofO that has been revoked or altered, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Once you have this impairment, your application goes nowhere. And also submitting surveys that do not match FCDA layout. It's very important you use a qualified surveyor who can give you something that the FCDA will work with. And that is skipping ground rent payments, which may cause penalties. Once you skip it, it will accumulate. Penalties will also accumulate. So it's very important that you make your ground rent payments on time, so that once you decide to upgrade, then it's no issue at all. And also, once you also upgrade, endeavor to always pay your ground rent on time. And another common mistake is relying on unlicensed agents and middlemen. You might get into trouble if you do that. Then it's very advisable that you work only with registered professionals to avoid being defrauded. It's very important, so that you can be able to work with those that have their integrity at stake. So after getting the CofO, what next? Once you have received your certificate of occupancy, it's very important that you take this step. The first is to take it to AGIS for final registration into their digital database, so that it will be on record that you are the owner of that piece of property or land. Then you have to store both the hard copy and the soft copy securely, because if you misplace it, it's another process for you to get it going for police reports, publication, and the rest. So it's very important that you secure it, so that you won't have to go through all those stress in order to get a certified true copy. You can now use it to apply for building approval, transfer, or perfect a title. So once you have your CofO, you can now use it for these purposes that I have mentioned. So congratulations, you now have full legal title to your land. Okay, for frequently asked questions, the first is can a CofO be used for customary land? Yes, but there's a big but there. Customary land must first be regularized by the FCT authority before you can apply. On the other hand, if it's not regularized, you cannot obtain a CofO for a customary land. Then the second question is, how long does the process take? The process takes between 3 to 6 months on average, depending on document completeness and inspection. So it's very important that you make sure all your documents are intact, so that incomplete documentation wouldn't be an Achilles heel that will bring down your application. Then the third question is, can a lawyer assist with the process? Absolutely. A real estate lawyer helps avoid all these pitfalls that I've mentioned earlier, and ensures you meet all legal conditions, because he or she has been doing this for quite a while, so it won't be an issue taking you through the process with ease. And on a final thought, upgrading your RofO to CofO secures your future. Abuja is a high demand zone and you must protect your investment. Having an RofO good, but upgrading it to a CofO secures your future and also the future of your children. I follow the steps provided strictly and always use licensed professionals, people that have integrity. Your land deserves that level of legal protection, and it's only licensed professionals that can be able to help you get that legal protection that you need. Okay, let's hear from you. Thank you for joining today's session. If you still have questions about upgrading your right of occupancy to a certificate of occupancy in Abuja, drop your question in the comment section below. Alternatively, you can WhatsApp us on the number before you on the screen. I will personally respond to your inquiries. We look forward to helping you secure your title the right way. For personalized consultations, further guidance, and additional resources on how to upgrade your right of occupancy to Certificate of Occupancy in Abuja, you can visit our website to access detailed guides, case studies, and expert insights designed to keep you informed of the latest regulatory updates and best practices. You can partner with us to leverage our deep industry knowledge and take the next step towards how to upgrade your right of occupancy to a certificate of occupancy in Abuja. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to download this presentation for your future reference, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content such as this one. Thank you.